Hello, hello, hello. If you believe in love tonight, I'm gonna show you one more time. So, I was walking and listening to Sasha singing If You Believe, and it kind of brought back some old memories just because I used to love to listen to this music. It was back when I was living in Italy, actually, that I used to listen to Sasha. Hi Imani, how are you, dear? And I'm walking Buddy, and this afternoon I'll be teaching Kundalini at the yoga studio here in Clearwater. And it reminded me, because this is what seems to be the theme for the day, is wherever we choose to focus our attention, you know, where attention goes, energy grows, it appreciates. So the more grateful you are, the more appreciation you can show and focus, and it's pretty rad. So pardon, I'm actually in a shaded spot over here, which is pretty rad. I've got the water kind of coming up here. It's very beautiful. It's a little peaceful. It's a hot day. So we went from all this cold weather here in Florida. See the sunshine on my face. And I decided that I would take shelter just because I know how strong our sun is here in the Sunshine State. So, I see you. And hi Corinne and Gregor, how are you all? Hi Lexi Beautiful. Hi Dawn, and hi Ron and Francisco. I hope I pronounced that right. Hi Renee, how are you? Oh, why thank you. You know, sometimes not even trying, we just are, right? So here's the deal. We don't even realize this because sometimes our focus is so unconscious that when we say we dislike something, and this has been a theme, right? Hi Kenya, beautiful. We can easily, right? Romper Room, I remember that, the big circle. I loved that show when I was a kid. Our conscious and unconscious and our subconscious, we're talking layers. How aware, how mindful are we of the beliefs that we hold? See, negativity, if you feel negativity bubbling up, whether it be emotional negativity, whether it be a dislike or a rejection of something that you say that doesn't resonate, it's based on your belief system. And depending how deep within your belief system it resides, it can be unconscious, it can be subconscious, meaning you're kind of aware of it, or it can be totally conscious, which means you're like, dude, I got that and I see it. I see my crap and I own it, right? Because in order to be whole, we have to accept it all. We can't just push things that we dislike away because in our belief systems we believe, I can't accept that because I don't believe in it and it doesn't resonate or make me happy. So what really motivates us? Think about this. If you believe in love, love is the underlying motivator of everything we do, everything we feel, everything we see, and we judge everything. It's just a matter of whether it's placing a judgment on it or discerning and recognizing something that we like or we align with. Love is the underlying current, hence the water, people, because emotion, like the ocean, is moving, and the tides, we ebb and we flow. We come in and we move out. Sometimes you're stepping around a buddy, you know, near or far. How close are you to your awareness? Are you far? I'm doing a Grover here, Sesame Street flashback here. Or near or far? Hi William, hi Steve, hi Cheryl. So here's what I love to remind myself. Even when I'm being negative, the reality is it's simply the flip of a coin. My negativity is stemming from a misalignment with what it is that I find positive. But if I continue to focus on you, if I continue to focus on the negativity, then the positivity won't exist, because I'll just create more of it to come to me. So when we take that negativity and use it as our motivator, flip the coin, bring it back to the positivity, bring it back to that which really truly motivates us, love, that which aligns with us, feels good to us. It may take you going outside and screaming your head off, and that's okay. Do it. Just do it. Step outside of your comfort zone. Get out of that head space. Move the body, because there's this correlation. If the head is out of alignment, you got to move the body. If the body isn't feeling good, you got to work on the head. This is, again, the ebbs, the flows. When we're out of alignment, imbalanced, we have to regain and capture our momentum, our stance, right? The warrior stance. Now, I'm not a big fan of using the terms warrior and fight. Purposefully, because I believe that we don't need to fight. I do believe we are all peaceful, and that when we focus on a fight, we're going to be given the war. If we say we're a warrior for peace, then we're fighting, aren't we? This is my personal belief, and this is why I believe that we should be very mindful of the words that we choose to think and speak, because how we speak and what we believe will draw to us that which we claim through our actions, inactions, words, and thoughts. So what motivates us, again, underlying current, is love. We want to feel good. And a lot of times we'll see what we dislike. We'll see what we hate. But guess what? We can utilize that to motivate us, to bring us back around to the love side of the coin. The negativity is just simply there to recognize, to remind you there's a contrast. The imbalance is you're so far into that, it's a check-in. Anytime an emotion comes up for you, that's sharing with you an opportunity, that open portal to walk through, to bring you back to that which you desire. When we get in those spaces of, my life is crap, I'm unhappy, you're pushing away, you're dissing, rejecting, it's an opportunity to really step into your personal power, to go back to that which you desire and love. It's simply a contrast, because without contrast, we wouldn't recognize we were imbalanced. So I like to say we swing on a pendulum, and sometimes we get too far off to one side that we need to come back to the other side. And when we do get to the opposite contrast, it's not that we have to choose against it and for something else. We just need to come back to center and recapture and balance the two as one. You can be whole, but you have to embrace it all. And like the bird that soars up in the sky, you need to rise and fly high. When we get caught in those lower vibrations of negativity, it's always there to serve you. If you can get out of fixating on the aspect of feeling uncomfortable, the dis-ease, the dissing of your ease, the rejection of your ease, if you can bring it back, you can find that calm within it and say, wow, I didn't even realize I have ease. I'm only simply dissing my life as a result of not recognizing where the ease resides in my life. If I look at the dis-ease, I've taken myself out of ease. When you're focused on the dissing, you're rejecting whatever precedes, whatever follows the dissing. Whether it's discomfort, dissing comfort, dissing ease, anything. Life is not meant to be a diss. It's supposed to be in bliss. But we easily get caught off our pendulum, and we start to go, whoa, I feel rocky and waves are shaking me up. They're stirring you up for a reason, to see how present you are, how mindful and aware of what's going on up in here. If this is gonna catch you off guard, then get out and move the physical body. If the physical body doesn't feel well, then you gotta work on the mental body. Without one, the other cannot be in its comfort zone, right? Again, also, we're 70% water, and when we are emotional and commotional, sometimes the simplest way to bring us back to balance is to drink some water. Sounds easy, but it's pretty practical. And so if you're dehydrated, then you're imbalanced in your emotions and your water is low. Get out in water, take a shower, drink some water. Let your motivation be in a spirit of love, of bringing back that which it is you want, wish, or desire, right? Or stay in and dance your heart out. Well, even then so, right? You're moving the body. That's the beauty, right, Holly? I love it. Exactly, Dawn. Working the body and whatever feels good to you. Recapture your youth, your ease. Hi, Maria. The patterns can all be resurfaced, reshaped, rewritten. The stories of our lives, they're all up in here. The body simply responds to what goes on up in here. So when you notice the body is out of balance, it's simply showing you that something up in here created it. And so that's where I say you need to come back up here and clear it. Work it, move it, feel it fully, heal it, release it. To think we need to stay stuck in the, oh, I feel horrible, it's just the mind. But if you need to sit there for a little bit to remind yourself of that contrast again, because what happens is the more you spend time in your negativity, in your dissing of life, the rejection of what really is beautiful, that's just simply reminding you how good it feels when you come out of it. So none of it's a good or a bad thing, it just is. It's a choice. And you can choose your focus and you can choose your experience at every moment. So bring it around to what it is you want to experience. Maybe you want to experience the depths of despair and the depression. I do it from time to time. I have those moments, and it's pretty interesting to witness, because that's my opportunity to reset and to go within and capture what it is my heart knows. And it's, again, contrast. What is contrast? Contrast is simply showing you the separation, the divide. Contrast is, I've swung so far over here on my pendulum, and you could go to the other side, but again, contrast shows you that two things, in order for either one of them to exist, the flip sides of the coin, right? What we consider the yin and the yang, but when you bring them to center, you bring them back into balance. Neither one exists, but could never exist without the other, which is why I always like to remind you and myself that when I'm off site over here, it just means I've been swinging, right? And I need to come back to my center, and regroup, retrain, recognize, rewrite, reflect, and go, oh yeah, that's what happened. And embrace both aspects, because that's what makes us whole. It's not this or that, it's both. It's thinking that makes it so. So the thinking that you're out of alignment is showing that you can bring it back. And it's just a matter of your choice and focus. Does anybody out there have anything exciting going on this Soulful Sunday? It is absolutely gorgeous out here. The boats are on the water. I see sailboats out there, but there's not a lot of breeze. Yeah, yin and yang. Simple. This and that. Male and female. But again, we all embody both. We embody it all. And when you see something you dislike within yourself, you just need to hug it and embrace it and say, it's okay. I love that about me too. Because the more you push it away, the more it's going to keep coming up. And what you reject is what you need to also accept. In order for others to accept you where you're at, you need to accept you where you're at. And once you have harnessed the power of self-love and nurturing and boundaries and care, others will surprise you and show up where you're at. This has been my experience in life, and it's been the most beautiful thing to witness, to see, wow, okay, I started this and I saw that that person who I felt didn't respect me, all of a sudden is responding much different, much more differently, like more appealing, more gentle, more caring. When I started working on myself back in 2008, when I lost my job in Europe and I came back to the US, I decided it's time, I'm done, I'm changing stories, I'm rewriting my life, I'm dropping the old patterns and beliefs that I took on from my family. This stops with me and a new life starts. And with that, I witnessed with every shift I made in my life, every change I worked hard to perpetuate and create a wave, it radiated out. I saw it differently. My father treated me differently. My, at the time, partner treated me completely different. We went from what was a very abusive relationship, which is what was mirroring what my parents were like when I was a child, to there was a balance, there was a lot more harmony, there's a huge shift in respect. And I was like, okay, this is proof. When I started working on me, that's what happened. That was the result. And yeah, there are moments when we go within and we go, oh, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to be bothered. That's when we need to do it the most. That's when journaling comes in. That's where sitting in meditation and just, maybe you need to cry, because we all need to get rid of some tears to cleanse and release all that old grief, that yearning, that transition, the death of the old to create the new. Life is never a true standstill, even if we think, oh, I'm going to just crash and just relax. Even then, we're still in movement. Energy is continuously moving. We're still dancing. We just don't see it in the contrast and the way life is. You are the procrastinator. You are the perpetuator. You are the creator of your own life. It's just, how do you choose to show up for you? It's all a choice. So, and I titled this, If You Believe in Love, because ultimately, don't we all desire that? And that which we desire is what our true motivator is. We all desire love. It's just that sometimes we use the HATE and the opposite contrast of love to motivate us. If something we dislike shows up in our life, it's because we are so fixated on the contrast of that which we desire. We've taken the attention off of what we desire and put it upon what we don't desire but reject. But in reality, we just need to accept what it is that's going on in our life with gratitude and focus back. Again, it's an opportunity to flip the coin and go, hey, that's showing me that right now to bring me back to what it is I do desire. It just sometimes is to throw you off your course enough to say, hey, are you aware? Are you awake enough to see where you're at in this moment? If that takes you out of your personal power and places so much attention upon that which you're rejecting, that's that moment when you gotta go, oh, dang, that was me. That wasn't that was me. Because we're the only ones that are the cause of our own suffering. Nobody ever does anything to us. What you receive is what you're allowing to happen to you. If you want something different, you need to work on what it is you're allowing. And that's where healthy boundaries come in. And sometimes those healthy boundaries are really simply the belief system. You create new beliefs and you implement them in your life so that others will also respect them, but you have to respect them first. You can say you have a healthy belief system or that you will tolerate this and not that, but see, again, do you focus on what you will tolerate or what you will not? Because wherever that attention is going is what you're drawing to you. If you're focused so much on what you will not tolerate, I'm not going to tolerate that. Guess what you're going to pull to you? You're going to draw it in. I don't want to deal with this. What do you think is going to come to you? Life shows up to where you are in your life. So if you want to have a certain experience, you need to focus on the experience. And you also have to check yourself and ask yourself, am I rejecting it because of a lack of self-worth and love? That I don't feel worthy of receiving that which I claim to desire? Because we do that as well. And I do that as in my own life. And I have been known to do that. If you're not used to experiencing true joy and happiness, then how are you going to allow it into your life? Something that you're not even sure what that feels like. So it's always a, let's reel back in. You know, like fishing, you got to pull the reel a little tighter and keep yourself focused in the right space, the right place. So, and this is always a daily activity. It's a check-in. Anytime something's showing up in your life, it's just simply there to go, hello, hello. Can you catch me? What am I doing? Because if we're just going through motions, habitual routines, not paying attention to what we're doing, yeah, stuff's going to show up to trip us up. But when we're mindful enough and we focus and we're aware, that's the moment you're going to be, oh, there's that thing again. I think I learned this lesson already. Let me work through this. I can see it. I see it for what it is. I own it. I accept it. And now let's move toward what it is that is healthier for me. What I feel feels better. All right, y'all. I hope you're having an amazing Soulful Sunday. I love you all. I think I'm going to start my walk back home because Buddy and I are out here by this water. It's absolutely gorgeous. I hope this video serves you all. You know, sharing is caring. If this is helping you, please share it. Share it wherever you feel someone else could benefit. I really do believe we all desire and deserve love. Don't push it away. Don't deny yourself. And try to focus on it more. Because even when you don't feel like you want to be loving, that's when you need to be working the hardest on it. And like I said, if the mind is out of balance, you got to move the body and work it. Throw on some music that motivates you. Or go outside. Just get in nature. Pet a dog, pet a cat. Animals will bring you back to the most natural thing, love. They're unconditional. It's just your choice to shift. It's just a simple choice, and all it takes is awareness and being mindful in the moment of what it is your thoughts are focused on. If your body is in pain, it's just coming from the mind, and then that's where you need to work at that time. Keep it raw, stay rad. Oh, wait, I might be able to do a little love spin boom, y'all. Let's see what we can do. Let's hang some sunglasses up on the tree. Okay, I'm doing it. Let's bring it. I am in the bushes. on the water. I mean, literally, I'll show you in a second. So that's, boom, my love spin bunny hop. And just to give you a little glimmer into what it is I have going on over here, this is so rad. Look at this. This is where I am hanging. Aw, thank you for the compliment, Holly. Like literally, I am footsteps from that water, and Buddy is over here digging in the dirt. But he won't get in that water. That's what's funny. Can you hear the sounds of the boats out there on the water? I truly do wish you all that you want, wish, and desire in this life. We all deserve it. Don't deny yourself the simplicity of love and being loved. And make sure you're loving. Start with yourself, because it all starts with self. I love you.